Hello guys, this is Maxwell Covington, and today I'm going to be showing you a 4 versus 4 on Company of Heroes Eastern Front mod. Alright, so first of all we have, let's see, Captain Spanky, who's playing as the Americans, Max Cup 4, which is me, playing as the Russians, Test Subjects, playing as the Russians, and Irish Templar, playing as the Russians. On the opposing team we have Ben D, playing as the Vermont, Chikoli 1, playing as Panzer Elite, Shabs 001 playing as Panzer Elite, and Squirrel Salesman playing as Austere. Alright, so let's get this game going. Alright, so this map is, yeah, they're saying that they love this map. It's Rostov, the Eastern Front map. It's got a big airport on the left side. Guess he decided to go weapon support instead of barracks, which was a good choice in my opinion. Then there's a big town with the high fuel being here, and a high fuel being here. And yeah, the guy's saying how the village is gonna be hard to hold. But yeah, so we'll go ahead and speed the game up and watch from the tactical map until stuff starts actually happening. He said fire snow is falling because he said I don't think there was snow falling before we started the game, but no big deal. Panzer got their Kettenkrads out, capturing, and we're just slowly moving out. All the Russian engineers going for that high fuel right off the bat. Not good for us. Alright, so the first combat's about to happen. Pretty much just shooting at Kettenkrads down here and moving in down here. They got some Stern Pioneers and the Austere. You had to retreat Kettenkrad over here. Captain Spanky's moving up on this point, but Ben D's moving in with the squad of Pioneers and a machine gun coming in as support. All of them, while this is going on, the test subject is moving into the town to try to retake the fuel point. It's a lot of chaotic. Captain Spanky over here, and I just have a machine gun over here to defend my position. Bendy's got a machine gun placed over here, and another machine gun being placed by Captain Spanky, so it's kind of a no man's land over here. And Irish Templar is battling over here, but Squirrel Salesman's bringing up a Kubel wagon, which has 2 machine guns, so they're pretty good. But Irish Templar's moving up some squads as well. Looks like he lost 1 squad there, unfortunately. And then Kettenkrad going down over here on my side, and some more battling for this sector going on, which I probably should have been helping with more, but I was kind of focused on other stuff. And it looks like Irish Templars losing this battle. Heavy cover and the Kubel wagon coming up with Stern Pioneer support. Meanwhile in the town, Test Subject is battling it out with Shabs, but he's got the building and some cover. So we'll see how this fight goes on. And me destroying another Kubel wagon down here. Or Kettenkrad, my bad. Captain Spanky managed to get a flanking move and flanked half the army, so that's pretty awesome. But he's moving up some more Volksgrenadiers, and he's got an infantry half track to counter that. Meanwhile, I probably should have interfered, but I was bringing up my 2 conscript squads. I think it was a little too late because he lost his machine gun. It looks like they're flanking this Panzer Grenadier squad. I'd probably retreat them by now, but I guess he wants to keep them there. They're conscripts and veterancy, and I think they eventually push them out of this town area for a little bit. There's me moving in. Managed to take out the machine gun once, but he recruited it, and they have a half track so they can reinforce on the go. And I have to pull back from this battle. I lost a squad right here as well, unfortunately. I think I decided to pull them back over there. Or maybe they retreat. So Test Subject has gained control of this area. He hasn't captured the sector yet, so we're just waiting on that. Looks like a machine gun being flanked over here by squirrel salesmen, but he's got more infantry moving up to help. Kübelwagen's still alive. I'm providing a lot of support fire. Job is kind of just reinforcing his, repairing all his half tracks. He got a mortar half track now. And the Germans tried to move up a mine position, but I had a machine gun in the tower. Meanwhile, a big flanking move is going on by Captain Spanky over here, with machine gun and sniper and some engineers. And it looks like the half tracks are trying to move up on test subject's position. And my ally, face Templar, has been pushed back from his point, unfortunately. But you got pesky snipers annoying the Panzer Elite player, taking out those expensive Panzer Grenadiers, causing a lot of damage. And I was getting bombarded by a mortar, so I think I pulled back to here. Meanwhile, Squirrel Salesman managed to push up to the bridge, which if he put a machine gun there, he could cut him off. But it looks like he's making a push. And he's got infantry half track with a squad in it over here. Shop seems to be regaining the area on this side, and then a giant assault's going on my side. Luckily, my machine gun didn't fire for the first few seconds. I don't know why not. But I also brought up a sniper here, I think. Yep, sniper with 2 conscript squads to cover the side. All while he's doing this flanking maneuver. Captain Spanky's getting behind their lines and everything. Sniper's going ham, but the conscript's getting destroyed by those G43s. Flushed them out of cover. I had to retreat my sniper as well, but the squads were both pretty low health. Also losing my machine gun. But all this provided a distraction for Captain Spanky to get behind the lines with his machine guns and whatnot. And Templar over here managed to push the Germans out from this bridge area with machine gun support. Now they're moving up on the center. And another battle's going on with test subjects and jobs for the center of town again. Shop's being pushed out, it looks like. And also I've been pushed out of my area, so been beginning to move in on my position. The half track, well placed mine by Captain Spanky, and the half track goes down. Still got a mortar half track and some Panzer Grenadiers, but he's got 2 machine guns. You really need to retreat this one, or it's going to be going down. The far right, the Kübelwagen finally went down, and Templars finally pushing forward. I'm finally starting to move my forces back up after doing the half track to heal all my forces, and they still have both the high fields with outposts in this, so they're getting plus 18 for right now. That was finally destroyed. I'm moving back into this position to retake this plus 5 fuel, and Templar has managed to capture the victory point to even us back up, and got my first AT gun because I figured I might need it to deal with all the half tracks and whatnot. And send a conscript squad over to assist him. And his sniper's also getting some kills in here, taking out some Volks Grenadiers. And a big flanking maneuver with 4 conscript squads by test subjects. But some Panzer Grenadiers with SDG 44s, which are hammering all these squads. But then Molotovs being thrown and almost take down the squad. Yep, I think he loses that squad. A little bit better micro, maybe he could have saved that squad, but all his squads are getting low as well, and they're getting pinned down. So yeah, I think he has to retreat eventually. Yep. that mortar made it them so that they retreat. Moving up on a mortar squad over here with my troops. I got a sniper. Saw some his pioneers sniping them off, I think. Yep. Been having to push back. And test subject is complaining about how the mortar round defeat is offensive. That's what happens when you blob, I guess. But I had to retreat my guys back from this area. And I think I lose this squad as well, unfortunately. Bad micro on my point. Squirrel Salesman's moving back up, pushing Templar back again. Probably should retreat some of these squads. And that squad, another squad lost. Or actually, I don't even have I'm building my medic half track right now. And this entire game we have not captured this point since all the battles going on. We just haven't noticed, but I think we captured eventually, thankfully. Squirrel Salesman once again is moving up on this position. And he's got a medical half track back here, so he's just going back here to retreat. He should build an outpost over here or something so he can reinforce as well. Be a nice forward HQ. And he's got so many test subjects. He's got a ton of engineers. Not sure why he's just focused on engineers. But on the left side, they've managed to push up. They got Marder 3 for AT support and the Stummel half track, which is like a Panzer IV 75mm short barrel, which is really good against infantry. They added this in Eastern Front mod as well. And on my side, I'm just healing up my soldiers and got a second AT gun. And meanwhile, Schaub's moved up to support his ally over here with a mortar half track, which is proving to be pretty effective. And test subject is just regathering his men. He could have pushed in here, but I guess he didn't know that. Using Molotovs, they're still managing to push up, even with the mortar half track supporting. I think he's gonna throw an AT grenade at that, or should AT grenade at that mortar half track. Also, AT half track moving up. Then Templar noticing that this is pretty uncaptured. I mean, pretty undefended since he's supporting him. He's moving up all his troops over here. But what's his name? Templar was forced to retreat. Now Schaub's is coming back over to deal with test subjects advancing into his territory. Meanwhile, the Wehrmacht and Panzer Elite player have managed to get a foothold over here, bring up a munitions half track to recharge munitions abilities faster. And mortar half track being over here, is providing support from Cherokol, supporting his ally. Major push over here, but Panzer Grenadiers with SDG-44s mopping up all the infantry at close range. And infantry half track providing some support as well. And Captain Spanky is putting some mines down, some sneaky mines to ambush his opponent, which is really smart. They helped us on later on for sure. So right now we're just pretty much getting pushed back all along the line. And I'm not sure why he brought this swims wagon in here, but it just dies. So then I start moving up in this position, I believe, bringing up my AT gun. His mortar half track's starting to put a pain in my butt, unfortunately. So I believe I take this out, and Ben is bringing up a stew on the middle. Getting that conscript squad some veterancy. And we're starting to lose a lot of victory points. Test subjects moving up on Ben D. And his stew's getting hammered by this AT gun over here though. Destroying its main gun, thankfully. Probably saving a lot of my infantry lives. I thought we were going to do a combined operation, but he fell back, so I was kind of had to retreat. Meanwhile, Captain Spanky's covering my flank with a machine gun and an AT gun. And I'm moving up a sniper to assist him as well. If we would have just assaulted with AT guns right now, we probably could have made a giant push right here. And Templar is making a big push on the right side. But he's got Stug support and SDG 44, so it'll be hard for him to push up. And so all his troops had to retreat back to the HQ. Bendy moving up on one of my buildings, dodging a quick grenade, thankfully. And we got mortar support from here, and the Germans are still in a pretty good position. They got 2 Hetzers over here now in the main town. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of it versus the infantry, though. Hetzers aren't good, super great against infantry. Half-track going down from his AT gun. Good job by Captain Spanky. Once again, if we would have pushed up with AT guns, we could have destroyed a majority of their stuff, but we did not know that. Finally taking the fuel back. Now I got my engineers to put a hole in this so we could finally bring our AT guns through here instead of going all the way around. And once again, Squirrel Salesman has pushed up to the bridge almost. Pushing Templar back to his base, but he's got infantry ready to go. Sniper coming up to support, and test subjects bringing up support for me. Infantry half-track going down. And the squad being sniped by my sniper. So anywho, I'm not sure what he's going to do with this. Probably could have pulled off flanking maneuver in here. But I guess he just falls back. But on the bright side, we're in a decent position over here. They had to fall back to the victory point. So we recaptured the high fuel. Gives us at least one of the high fuels to help our allies out. Squirrel Salesman looks like he's pulling off a flanking maneuver on test subjects over here. But while this is going on and the giant assault's going on, so maybe he would have been smarter to keep his men back or go heal them or something. Test subjects is also moving a large group of infantry, not sure where to yet. And just a machine gun skirmishing going on the left side. Setting up more defensive positions and moving them with a sniper and a conscript squad. A large 85mm flak cannon being constructed by test subjects to help in the town. Giant push being made here. Machine gun support pinning down most of the Russians over here though. And also a 75mm League suppressing all of his men. But Squirrel's infantry is pushed out of there, unfortunately for him. Meanwhile, the Wehrmacht got a Panther, so they managed to make a big push. They had all their infantry ready to push and whatnot, so kind of a crappy situation for us. We're having to pull back all along the front. And so Templar. The test subject is managing to push up a little bit. So just a full retreat. Squirrel Salesman has a Vet 3 Stug that he moved up to the bridge now, but Irish Templar is moving up a AT gun now. Once again, test subject is moving into the town, which is heavily covered. Managing to escape with that. Oh, never mind. Squad died. So the Wehrmacht have regained the fuel point almost, or the area around it for sure. But we are moving up more AT guns to support the offensive, to recapture it, hopefully. Squirrel Salesman trying to move back his Stug out of the AT range, but I think the AT gun gets it. Yep, Stug going down. Clears him the way to assault that. Another machine gun in this, saving my flank over here. And the AT gun moved up. We took out the stew. Now we're moving up to attack the Panther. My sniper providing support over here as well. 3 machine guns managing to push back all their infantry, or pin them down at least. And Ben's bringing up an Ostwind to help with infantry support. And meanwhile, Test Subject is calling artillery on his opponent. managing to take out some of the light vehicles. While there's an infantry push going on as well. And Templars managed to recapture the area outside of his base and is massing infantry for another assault, hopefully towards the victory point. Another AT gun being brought up by Captain Spanky. And a big push being made by Templar over here as well. It looks like there's a flanking maneuver going on. Or he's moving up on the AT guns. Luckily his Osman was knocked out by my AT gun over here. Another AT gun over here covering this flank, but nothing really went down it. Test subjects managed to advance on his little healing, Shab's little healing station, which was nice. Because those are hard to deal with. And Templar is moving up towards the center, finally mounting the offensive. He's got lots of infantry, but needs to heal up some of his anti-tank guns, because the Squirrel Salesman's League is putting a lot of fire on it. Machine guns moving up with AT guns. Now Panzer IV being brought up by Charcoal, and a repair bunker being built as well. Once again, artillery being called on Charcoal. And we're down to 88 victory points, but we've managed to regain some of the ground as Templars managed to move in. Reset. Alright, so once again the Wehrmacht bringing up their infantry, the Panzer Elite, all coming together to be pushed back. But Schaub has been pushed back majorly in this village, losing his Hetzer, another one at very low health, and almost no infantry support. Squirrel Salesman is trying to move in to retake the victory point, but KV-1 being brought up by Templar. And a BT-7, which really didn't do much, so I'm not sure why it was built. A big assault. Templar's building a machine deck out here to counter this building and managing to push up with his infantry. Meanwhile, a big push with the Panzer Elite infantry is being made over here, but snipers picking away at his infantry, making them weaker, and machine guns putting them all down. So you have to pull back with the mortar supporting as well. And over in the center, Panzer IVs is facing off versus KV-1 with a lot of infantry support. So the KV-1's managed to push that Panzer IV back. And test subjects once again calling artillery, trying to take out this building. Pretty much the only thing holding him up at this point. Another Panther flanking around, not sure why. Just had a lot of AT guns over here. Another squad being pinned down by the machine gun as well. Almost taking my AT gun out, but we managed to still fire at the Panther. And bringing another one up to help. Schaub's dropped after he lost his building. Like, this is his last line of defense, pretty much. But I don't blame him. He pretty much lost everything, I guess. But there's still a chance to push. All he had was his AT guns and stuff. Now Templar sent his infantry to help, or test subjects sent his infantry to help with the Panther. Which I don't think they managed to take out, though. Or maybe they did. Nope. Manages to escape. Another Panther. And he's got a Bird Tiger to repair all the damaged tanks. And upgrade the Panzer Elite can upgrade their Panzer IV to a long barrel now. Another pretty cool upgrade. Test subjects being forced to retreat. Now Hetzer, Schaub's weakly defended Hetzer moving down against the AT gun for some reason. AT gun getting the kill through this brush, or these trees. Looks like some, he went, Blitzkrieg, and he's using some stormtroopers to try to advance this way, but almost ran into mines. I guess he spotted them before he ran into them. Schaub was bringing up another AT gun. This is AI. Isn't really doing much, but I guess test subjects didn't really know because he didn't move into the high fuel, which would have definitely helped us. Another push being over here. Squirrel salesman retaking the center point. He had to move back, but he has AT gun and a light tank covering his retreat. The mortar being shot at by this tank and taken out apparently. The tank needs to retreat since the AT gun and the light tank are firing at him. And ATF truck coming through here. Ambush perfectly set up by Spanky and me. Destroy that vehicle. Another giant blob, or chick hole moving up. Not blob, but a huge group of infantry. Sniper, 22 kills now, is managing to take out a whole bunch of infantry. Another conscript squad sent here, defending our fuel. The squad getting wiped out, I believe. Yep, and my sniper had to retreat, didn't want to lose him. If I deployed a SU-100 to deal with any heavy tanks we might be seeing on later on. And my command squad was managing to kill people from here as well. Machine gun managing to hold the line with the AT gun. And some conscripts as well. M10 moving back a little bit, and this mortar did a little bit. He's doing all right. I eventually had to retreat this guy because I didn't want to lose that double redundancy. So I sent him back home. And now test subject has finally moved up, and now he's built 2 artillery guns, which are going to be providing support for both sides of the war effort. Wish he would have built some tanks and stuff to send our way, but he pretty much just sets up a humongous, awesome defensive line, which is not going to fall. Some stormtroopers moving up on my conscripts. I got to throw a Molotov to try to stop them. The machine gun's pulling them, pinning them down over here. Another Panther, up and repaired. And some camouflage stormtroopers coming up, but they are pinned down as well on the side. Another scout car being destroyed by Captain Spanky on the right side. So we have majority control right now. The game's actually looking pretty up for us, but now there's a big tank push. So I had to move my SU-100 back because 2 Panzer IVs and a Panther a little bit too much for him to handle. I should have focused on the Panzer IVs, but oh well. Luckily we had 2 AT guns sitting back here that helped to move up. Lost my SU-100 unfortunately. But the M10 ambushes this Panzer IV. This one goes down as well, I believe. That one's dead, and that one's dead. And the Panther's getting flanked over here, so he has to pull back. That one going down. And this one has to move back as well. So, big loss of tanks for him. And a Yag Panther being called up on the front lines. So they pretty much have a dominance in the heavy tanks. And a big battle's going on with Templar using that BT-7 finally. But they have some Panzer trucks, so you have to be careful. It's kind of weird when you... Oh, he's using a captured Auslier AT gun. test subjects wanted to have this machine gun, but I guess they didn't want it anymore after they pushed up. And once again, test subjects is holding the town and calling artillery for us. And the Yak Panther's moving up as well. But I'm also bringing up an, where is he? Must be hiding over here. Oh yeah, the ISU-152. Very heavy tank destroyer. And the AT guns are just bouncing off the Jag Panther, slowly bringing it down. I believe I built the SU-100, or was about to produce one as well. But we have a Tiger coming up to the front as well. Changed the situation a little bit. Panther, Jag Panther, and a Tiger. Some artillery coming down over here, so they had to fall back from that. Engineer squad going down, or Pioneer. Armored car down. And the Panther managing to push all the tanks back from with Squirrel Salesman, but austere AT gun still being used against them to attack his Panther. My SU-152 being flanked, just like my SU-100 was, unfortunately. He should have, Captain Spanky probably should have supported me, try to keep this alive maybe, but he pushes up, which is turns out to be a bad mistake, unfortunately. ISU-152 goes down, and so does the Panther, I believe, or main gun destroyed. M10 goes down, and so does my Vet 3 gun, unfortunately. And the Sherman goes down. But so the Germans in a pretty good position armor-wise. We've pretty much been wiped out over here, unfortunately. But I believe we get some artillery support from test subject sometime. We got Vet 3 artillery gun. Just calling in support over here eventually, I think. I'm bringing my other AT gun to help because we really didn't have anything to help hold the line. And he's bringing all his Panzer Grenadier squads to repair. He should have used the Berg Tiger in my opinion, but I guess he just wanted to repair it really fast. And Schaub's AI is bringing a Panzer IV up to help on this side as well. So the subject really doesn't have anything to defend against right now. But he's calling in artillery for us over here. Didn't hit anything, but still helped. We finally got this AT gun coming up, and Spanky's got another AT gun as well. He's gonna lose his machine gun that he had, helping to pin down over here. Another SU-100 being brought up, and all my infantry being healed and ready to go. Some considerable veterancy on my stuff. And meanwhile, Irish Templars, they're kind of in a no man's war again. Templar moving up, or Squirrel Salesman moving up. And the Germans having to push back because of AT gun support over here and over here. A lot of infantry over here. Looks like he's using a Panzerwerfer to call in some artillery over here. Must have went the Army Fortress doctrine. That's how you get that. Squirrel Salesman looks like he has to retreat. The Vet 2 squad manages to get away, barely. And with SU-100 and AT gun support, we managed to push up. But he managed to recapture a Panther with his Berg Tiger, unfortunately. But our combined 3 AT guns and SU-100 managed to push back most all of their tanks. Once again, test subject is bringing in artillery on there. My SU-100 has to move back again because the Jag Panther coming up to challenge it. But the AT guns managed to make him back off after a few hits. Thank goodness, because one more hit he would have been toast. Standoff still happening over here with test subjects moving up on even more of the points. The game is pretty much over for them, but it's still pretty close, really close over here. We're still taking away on the victory points. They could somehow come back and manage, if they could manage to retake the center, but definitely have a lot of tanks up here that can do a lot of damage. Jag Panther, Panther IV, and Tiger, so those are a lot of tanks that can definitely do some damage. Double AT guns over here supporting, and another one over here with the M10. So we had something to stand up to them. And my SU-100 retreated back here, I believe, to get repaired. Not sure what Schaub's AI was doing, but Squirrel Salesman's got some Panzer Fusiliers calling with support. Got some machine guns to help him out. The BT-7's moving up to take out the... I guess he does really use it. It was a good idea for him to get that. I take that back. And test subject is flanking over here, which turns out to be a good idea. It really helps him out. Really help. Oh, turret damage. It's like super slow now. Panzer IV Schaub's moving up over here, I guess. But those 85mm guns will definitely stop it. Just as soon as he gets into range. Or maybe not. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, 3 of them just firing at him, knocked out instantly. So this kind of shuts down Squirrel's offensive. All those squads coming in behind him. Luckily, it didn't take out this Panzer work. My infantry moving up and helping to retake this point. German mortars being pesky, taking out a lot of my men. And we have machine gun AT against support. I believe I'm bringing up a ISU-152 again. When I saved up enough manpower for it. Flown a lot. Should have got an IS-2, I mean. That would have helped a lot. But bring up the ISU-152 again as well. It's beast against infantry. So Panther and Tiger coming up to fight the infantry. M10 moving back. And now Irish Templars moving up on this defensive line. Machine gun and AT gun. Focusing on that AT gun. Now they're clear to move up without much resistance. Guess he had some AT infantry. That was about it. Meanwhile, the Yag Panther and all these tanks are moving up with a whole bunch of infantry support as well. But we have a machine gun in that building helping to cover it, and another machine gun back here. Double SU-100 is pushing that Panther back, and that Tiger taking some hits. Oh, hitting the wreck, of course. I eventually got them both to focus fire on the Tiger. And Templar having to move back. Both his tanks getting damaged by these anti-tank infantry. Which are pretty good. Lost my SU-100, but bringing up ISU-152 as soon as that one gets replaced. And Yak Panther still covering this main area. And order 3 from Schaub's moving up to flank the anti-tank guns. Not a good idea, but it's AI for you. Also, Tiger going down pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. Taking a lot of hits. I believe I get my SU-100 to take it out. Trying to repair it, but SU-100 managed to take it out. But then I pull them back because they still got the Yag Panther back there, and they still have a Marta 3, which really has just sat there the whole game. I guess it's just in case like we tried to do a big tank rush. Now he's still oh, he's got an AT gun. Eventually takes out this Marta 3 or pushes him back. Irish Templars got some infantry with captured LMG, looks like, so they're managing to push back on Squirrel Salesman. Big push being made by Cherkol over here, but a machine gun being set up to cover that flank from being overrun. Oh, let's see, the more squad's still right here. I think I moved my command squad up to counter it eventually. Sniper's back up here. He's got 27 kills, doing pretty amazing this entire game. ISU-152 showing his strength by blowing up half that building. Moving up some Struckley to help in this offensive. And test subjects once again bringing in artillery to support us, thankfully. That mortar being taken out eventually, I think. Yep. Now the Germans are in the retreat. Only 68 victory points to go. And Panzer IV from Schaub's being moved up just randomly. And Panzer IV from Squirrel Salesman being moved up to try to retake some ground. And Schaub's capturing one of the AT guns, at least. I guess that's one good thing. Test subjects bringing support for us on the left side. Ben trying to advance against ISU-152. I think he pulls back eventually. Sniper's getting more kills. 29 kills now. Panther being forced back by the SU-100 and the AT gun. And the Axis are down to 50 points. But the Tiger moving up on our flank over here. Didn't really have that much to stop it, unfortunately. I think I moved the machine gun to the center to come help, since we didn't have anything really to stop it, and brought up another AT gun to support my SU-100 and SU-152. I believe I built another, yeah, producing another SU-100 to help out. Panzer IV, and looks like some Panzer Shreks captured by Templar being used against that Panzer IV. Stinks for him. That Tiger being hit from the back, but still pretty much freely roaming over there. Not too much to condemn, but he backs up into this SU-100. Not a good idea. Ends up getting hit from the side, I think. Nope, he made it around. Panther having to retreat after getting hit by the ISU-152. And another standoff going on over here. Panzer IV had to retreat to the AT gun. And not sure why he didn't use these guys to come try to take that Panzer IV out, but maybe the AT gun scared him off. Anywho, M10 moving up with support of ISU-152 and SU-100. And my last one being brought up here. And here we have it. The last few minutes of the game, moving up on their Yag Panther. It was pretty much dead. Probably would have been killed by my ISU-152 or the veteran SU-100, and M10 being taken out. That's a little glitchy. But yeah, and Martyr 3 and a really weakened Jag Panther wouldn't have been able to hold out against those. And the AT gun I was also moving up, and another SU-100 being brought up. His Tiger was also at low health, so that wouldn't have been able to do much. And over here looked like Squirrel Salesman was trying to make a push against Irish Templar. Both his tanks are low. He's maybe about to lose that tank. Not sure if he gets it away. Oh, yep, he manages to escape. Yep, he manages to escape, calling some artillery, some mortar barrages against Squirrel. So both of their offensives, they were pretty much no man's land though, back and forth. And me and Captain Spanky were working together really good over here. Towards the end, Captain Spanky was mainly supporting this flank, it looks like, that after losing that one M10. But it looked like it was finally a downfall. All their tanks were low. The Tiger was barely alive. Yag Panther was really low, and the Panther was pretty much dead in their base. A little glitch with the gun. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this battle, and please like and subscribe, and if you have any comments, just post them below.